Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is January 23rd, 2021. I want to talk about the death of Hank Aaron, a legendary baseball player known for hitting home runs, played for most of his career with the Atlanta Braves. He passed away on January 22nd from undisclosed illnesses. So, I want to show you guys what a ritual this was. I mean, this was probably one of the most numerical rituals that I've covered in my time. And I'm also going to talk about Kobe Bryant. Because if you guys are into basketball, then you know that on January 22nd, Kobe Bryant scored a career high of 81 points versus the Toronto Raptors. And I'm gonna go through that game today, show you guys the mockery. Because all these professional sports games, they are all rigged, all of them. And the other side about this code is that the players who participate in these rigged games, they sooner or later end up like Hank Aaron, dead by the numbers. So they're saying that his daughter confirmed the death, but she did not give out his cause of death. But like I always say, we don't need the cause of death because we know what happened to this man. This man was ritualistically murdered by a very specific code. The same code that was used to script his MLB career. And that code is known as gematria, which is the practice of coding numbers into words, names, and phrases. So it says here that Hank Aaron, he died on Friday at the age of 86. And it says that on April 8th, 1974, he surpassed Babe Ruth's home run record. And I guess he became, I'm not sure if he holds the record now because I think Barry Bonds holds the record. But on that day, he became the home run leader. On April 8th, 1974, excuse me. But he died yesterday, and there's a reason they chose yesterday, January 22nd, for his ritual death. And that is because yesterday was a date with 64, 44, and 28 numerology. And those three numbers are very important to ritual sacrifices, to the cabal, to the Jesuits, the people who operate by this code, murder by this code, and script professional sports games by this code. But notice, the word kill in gematria is sums of 44, 64, and 28. Hank Aaron died on the day with 44, 64, and 28 numerology. Kill is also 17 in gematria. Hank Aaron was in the news on January 5th. Supposedly he was getting the COVID-19 vaccine on January 5th. And what is 17 days after January 5th? January 22nd. He died 17 days after getting vaccinated with the coronavirus vaccine. And then he dies on the day with 44 and 64 numerology. The gematria of the word kill. Because that's what happened to this man. This man was killed by this code. And by the people who operate by this code. The Jesuits. And there's other people as well. There's other groups of maniacs, psychopaths, like the Masons, the Zionist Jews, and others. But for the most part, it looks like it's the Society of Jesus because a lot of their numbers always show up, especially with the coronavirus agenda. And of course, Hank Aaron got the coronavirus vaccine, right? But, the word execution is also 44. Notice Georgia is also 44. He played for the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves used to play in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is also 44. They also used to be known as the Boston Braves. Let me see something out because I think they became the Boston Braves at one point, right? I think Boston Braves also equals 44 in gematria. Not sure if Hank Aaron played for the Boston Braves, but I know Babe Ruth did, though. I think Babe Ruth retired as a Boston Brave. And notice the gematria of Boston Brave, 44. Right? And, of course, Hank Aaron as a player, he wore number 44. That was his number. And I seen a similar pattern like this, which I'll get into in a second. There was a popular football player who wore number 44 and died from cancer recently. And, of course, cancer equals 44. And I think he also died on the day with 44 numerology. So hopefully at the end of the video, I'll remember to go back to his death. But this is the article here. On January 5th, Hank Aaron got vaccinated with the COVID-19 poison. And he died 17 days after this announcement. Supposedly he was proud. He was so proud that he got the COVID-19 vaccine. Think about it. He got the vaccine to prevent illnesses, and then he died 17 days later from undisclosed illnesses. Maybe he died from poison. But he died at the age of 86. His first name, Aaron, is 86. Blood sacrifice is 86. Human sacrifice is 86. Think about the term to be 86th, to get rid of. That's what happened to Mr. Hank Aaron. He got rid of him by the code. Of course, his name sums to 83 and 38, just like murder. Just 38. I mean, come on. I'm putting together a book, and I think every single person that I covered in that book is connected to the number 38. This is the number that they use the most. And it's simple. It's because the word death, killing, RIP, murder, they all equal 38. I want you guys to notice something as well. Think about when somebody dies, right? Their body begins to decay. The word decay has the same gematria as death. Isn't that remarkable? And think about it. When somebody dies, their body decays, right? It's perfect in all four of the ciphers. And there's a lot of words like this, like judge and broom. Words that go together, they have identical gematria. Goes to show you that the English language was perfectly coded around this language of letters and numbers. Death and decay, both identical in all four ciphers, right? And that's what happens to the human body after they die. But Hank Aaron, he was born on February 5th, a day that you can write out 2/5, like 25. Remember, death is 25. But his date of birth can also be written 5/2, like 52. And notice Hank Aaron in gematria, 52. And he was also born Henry Aaron, also 52 in gematria. So Hank Aaron, 52, born on 5/2, Henry Aaron, 52. And remember what I said? On April 8th, 1974, he became the all-time home run leader when he surpassed Babe Ruth. And he did it on the 63rd day of his age, because he was born on February 5th. And his birthday that year was on February 5th, 1974. He surpassed Babe Ruth on April 8th, 1974, the 63rd day of his age. Home run king. That's what they called him after he surpassed Babe Ruth. He became the home run king. Sums of 63, just like Major League Baseball, just like Major League. A lot of rituals with baseball around the number 63. If you guys remember, during the Washington Nationals World Series, when they defeated the Houston Astros, there was a couple of umpires that died in connection to the Nationals, and they died in connection to these numbers, 63. I think one of them was 63 years old at the time he died. Crazy. If you look into his profile, it says here that he made his debut on April 13th, 1954. And he was 20 years old. And notice what it says up here. He made his debut 67 days after his birthday. He was 20 years old. And then he was 67 days after his birthday. And of course, Braves, the team that he made his debut with, Braves equals 67. Notice Braves is 22. He died on the 22nd day of the year. Murder is also 79, the 22nd prime. And if you look at his profile, it says that he retired. His last game was on October 3rd, 1976. And think about it, from 76 to 2021, it's 44 years. So he died 44 years after his last game. Number 44. On a day with 44 numerology. And I won't be surprised if when they come out with his cause of death, it'll probably be connected to the number 44. Because it's like this all the time. But yeah, right now we don't know his cause of death. They're not going to tell us it's murder. They're not going to tell us it was a homicide. It was poison. They're not going to tell us that. They'll blame it on something. They'll probably say it's... I doubt it. I doubt they say cancer. I mean, that'll be a slap in the face if they do. Because cancer equals 44. But I never heard of this man being, diagnosed with cancer. But who knows, man? These people, I don't know. But yeah, so from his last game to the day he died, it's a span of, it's a little bit over 44 years. It could have been, on October 3rd, it'll be the 45th year anniversary since he retired. But he retired, he died 44 years after his last game. And of course, that's the number that he used to wear as a player. Babe Ruth is a big part of this narrative and of this riddle as well, this murder, because remember, he made history when he surpassed Babe Ruth. And just notice the day that Babe Ruth was murdered, right? He died on August 16th. That's the 228th day of the year. The word death is 228. But from February 6th to August 16th, look what it says up here. He died 192 days after his birthday, or the 193rd day of his age. And what is 193? That's the 44th prime number. And remember, he retired as a Boston Braves. He played for the Boston Braves, so he retired a Boston Brave player. Babe Ruth did, right? So that goes to show you how the number 44 shows up in all of these rituals. And think about it. This man died 1948. They've been using this code way before any of us was even born. But yeah, so Babe Ruth dies in connection to the number 44. Of course, Hank Aaron dies in connection to the number 44, the player who wore the number 44. And they both played for the Braves. And the Braves are located in Georgia, and Georgia's 44. It's crazy how so perfect, all this stuff. But yeah, Babe Ruth died on the 193rd day of his age, the 44th prime number. Crazy. And you can also say it was 25 weeks after his birthday. It was actually, let me see. Okay, so he died. Let's see. I should have. 1948. So this will be okay. So he died 25 weeks after Babe Ruth died 25 weeks after his last birthday. And looks like he died because I'm trying to see what is it that because okay, so he died on August 16, 1948. His last birthday was February 6, 1948. So that would be 193, the 193rd day of his age. But I wrote up here. Okay, I see what I did. He didn't die on August 16th. And he still died 25 weeks between his birthdays. This is an error. But I'll show you. It's still 25 weeks. So let's just do it over because it looks like I did an error. But it's the same thing. It's still 25 weeks. So he died on August 16th. Still 25 weeks apart from his upcoming birthday. So it was 1948. And he passed away. His birthday was February 6th of that year, 1948. So he died on the 193rd day of his age. But if you would have measured to his upcoming birthday, it's up here. This is what I failed to do. It's still 25 weeks. So what I did was I measured from his last birthday, which is wrong because he didn't die in 1947. He died in 1948. But it's still the same thing because if you would have measured from his death to his upcoming birthday, he died 25 weeks before his birthday. So just want to make that clear. I want to make any errors. I already made an error, but I want to correct everything. That way, if anybody's new here, you guys are not confused. So Babe Ruth, he died on the 193rd day of his age. That's the 44th prime. The word kill sums to 44. Of course, Hank Aaron died in connection to the number 44. He died on the day with 44 numerology. He wore the number 44. He played for the Braves. Braves are in Georgia. Georgia's 44. And Babe Ruth, not only did he die on the 193rd day of his age, but he also died 25 weeks before his upcoming birthday on the 228th day of the year. And the word death is 25 and 228. August 16th, that's the 228th day of the year. So just I'm going to update this. It's not supposed to say 1947. It's supposed to say 1948. And his upcoming birthday will be February 6, 1949. So that's what the error was. But it's still 25 weeks apart. So there you have it. The man makes history on the 63rd day of his age. Becomes the home run king after surpassing Babe Ruth. Dies in connection to the number 44 just like Babe Ruth did. And died 17 days later after getting the coronavirus vaccine. So if any of you want to get the coronavirus vaccine because you still believe in it, you're going to end up like Mr. Hank Aaron. You're going to be a statistic. You don't want to be one of those numbers that they put up on the screen saying 400,000 cases and 200,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. You don't want to be one of those 200,000. So my advice to you guys is to wake the hell up. Do some research. Don't believe anything that I'm saying. But just put what I'm saying to test. Test out what I'm saying, Because a lot of you leave comments talking about, there's no way this stuff is possible. You know how hard it will be to do all this? No, it's not hard at all. It's called knowing your role. I mean, how hard is it to film movies? These actors film dozens of movies during their careers. Not hard at all. All you have to do is act like you're in a movie every single day of your life. It's not hard. Especially when you're getting paid $100 million. Yeah, so Mr. Hank Aaron, dead by the numbers, 86th. On January 22nd, a day that it's a very popular day in sports. Because those of you who are into sports know that Kobe Bryant, Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant, the guy who scored 81 points versus the Toronto Raptors on his 666th game of his career, he died last year at the age of 41. Of course, Kobe Bryant, those of you that probably are still asleep. It's one of my favorite decodes because it's so in your face. Kobe Bryant, 41, dead at the age of 41. 41 minutes after takeoff, his helicopter crashes, and the guy responsible is a pilot with the name that sums to 41. He died the same day as the Grammys, and then Alicia Keys performs a tribute for Mr. Kobe. Alicia Keys. I wonder why she was chosen for this ritual. Oh, it's because her name sums to 41. And 67, and that was the day with 67 numerology. But yeah, Mr. Kobe Bryant, and he died alongside his daughter, Gianna Bryant, and the day was January 26th, and his daughter's name sums to 126, and then he died on the 157th day of his age. Made his debut in the NBA on November 3rd, 11/3. And then on last year on March 11th, 11/3, the NBA was suspended. I wonder why. And Mr. Kobe Bryant named some to 58, like how he played for the Los Angeles Lakers, and Los Angeles Lakers is 58. But let me show you this. This is what I really want to talk about. His full name, Kobe Bean Bryant, sums to 81. And if those of you who are familiar with the guy, he scored 81 points versus the Raptors on January 22nd. And the Lakers won with 122 points on 1/22. And yesterday, on January 22nd, it was the anniversary of that game. And the Raptors, they defeated the Heat. And the Heat decided to just score 81 points this game. What a coincidence. On January 22nd, the Heat scored 81 versus the Raptors when Kobe Bryant did that by himself, supposedly. And, one more thing. The day that Kobe scored 81, his teammates had 41. What's 122 minus 81? It's 41. Oh, and not to mention his last game, he had 60, and his teammates had 41. And what was the final score of his last game? How much points did the Lakers have? If he had 60 and his teammates had 41. Oh, they had 101. Like how the Raptors won with 101 points. And what is 101? Well, 101 is the 26th prime. And what day did Kobe Bryant die? He died on the 26th. It's supposed to be died on the 101 highway. And where's Kobe Bryant from? Well, he's from Philadelphia, the city that sums to 101. And who surpassed him in the all-time scoring list the day before his death? It was LeBron James. And where did he did it? He did it in Philadelphia against the 76ers by scoring the 54th point of the game. And Kobe Bean Bryant, not only is that sums to 81, but it also sums to 54. Dead on the 26th. So this is what I'm saying. I mean, these players who participate in rig sports, their careers are all fraudulent. And the sad part is that not only is their careers fraudulent, but they also get murdered by the same code that their careers were scripted by. There was a guy earlier this week that said that every player in the professional sports is not in on the rigging. I mean, because he said he supposedly claims that one of his friends is a former football player. It's possible. But I guess, you know what I think? I think his friend is in denial. His friend doesn't want to tell him that he's a fraud, with all due respect. But he's a fraud. And my question is this. If every player is not in on it, what are the odds that every single Miami Heat player today, I say today because I'm thinking it's still Friday, but it's Saturday here in New York. So yesterday on January 22nd, what's the odds that every single Miami Heat player combines for 81 points on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81-point game versus the Raptors, and the Heat are playing the Raptors and lose with 81 points, and the Raptors scored 101. A number that's very significant to Kobe Bryant because his last game, the Lakers won with 101 points. And, of course, that's his 26th prime. And Bryant equals 26. He died on the 26. It's like, okay, so if every player is not in on it, it's just a coincidence that the Heat just scored 81 points on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81-point game, huh? Every single man on that roster just happens to score. Oh, because they're using technology. Yeah, but what if one of these players on the Heat, there's a lot of them that play today. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 11 players were active today. All 11 of these players, you're saying that you don't need all 11 to be in on the rigging. So what happens if I don't know. I don't even know none of these. The majority of the people on here, I don't even know their names. But the guy named Max Struss, who scored 2 points. What happens if he decides to not shoot that layup and pass it because he's been cold all night? The Heat don't win. Well, the Heat don't lose with 81 points. They lose with 79, and the ritual is no longer what it is. No, but for some reason, Max Struss decides to just score 2 points this game. What about these players decide to score? Maurice Harkless. Oh, I don't even know who these people are, to be honest. Or Mr. KZ Okpala. They didn't have no points in the game. What about if they would have, got a steal and went to the basket and scored? The Heat would have lost with 83 points. No, but they lost with 81 on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. And I gave out this pick on Patreon. There was a lot of other things that I noticed about this game. I should have just went with this game today because this was so obvious. I just knew the Raptors was going to win on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. Man. It was just so obvious. You know what I really thought? I said, you know what? Maybe somebody scores 81 points or something, close to that. Or maybe 54 points. Or maybe I just knew one of the Kobe Bryant numbers was going to show up on the box score, and there it is. 81 points. Scored by the Miami Heat. But there was other riddles to this game. If you saw this game, the Heat in the first quarter, they were stuck on 16 points. They were stuck on 16 points. Like the majority of the first quarter, they couldn't score past 16. And then they won the quarter with 20 points. Heat is 16 and 20. So the whole quarter, for like the last 4 minutes, they're stuck on 16. And then they score 4 points within 10 seconds. And then lose the quarter with 20 points. Heat is 20. This is all gematria. Every quarter is organized by this code. The final score, the stats of the players, everything. That's why it's impossible to think that every player is not in on it. You guys got to wake up. That friend of yours that says that he didn't know, he's a liar. He's a liar. If you put on an NFL uniform, you are aware of the rigging. These owners are not going to put $1 million in nobody's bank account who is not cooperative of the scam. Why would the owners risk that? Wake up. The Raptors, they became 5-3 at home, 53-16 prime. Heat is 16. That's why the Heat was stuck on 16 the whole first quarter. And let me look at my notes. Man, I should have just went with this game. I had other games on Patreon, but I just said, I should have just went with this game. Oh, yeah. The Raptors became 6-9 for the season. Their next game is against the Indiana Pacers. Indiana Pacers and Jamal sums to 69. So, all this stuff that I'm pointing out, I mean, I didn't really need all of it because I just knew I'm like, today is the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. And the Raptors are at home. So Indiana Pacers is 69 in gematria. That's the Raptors' next opponent. So they're gonna host or play on the road. Not sure what the schedule is, but they're gonna play their next opponent is gonna be the team with the 69 connection. So they're gonna go up to the next game with a 6-9 record. Oh man, 81 points. Really? I don't know if you can bet on this, but if somebody would have asked me, to gamble on the final score, I would have did 2 bets. I would have put, the Raptors to win or lose. Well, actually, would have did 4 bets because I still would have. I think the odds of it would have been unbelievable. I still would have made some money. I would have had the Raptors to win or lose with 81, or the Heat to win or lose with 81. And I would have nailed 1 out of those 4 picks. And I still would have made a whole bunch of money because the odds of predicting the exact total amount of points by a team, it's unbelievable. I mean, I guarantee you could have did 4 different bets and you still would have made money because the odds of it is just remarkable odds to predict the amount of points that a team is going to score. And there's a lot more to the 41 with Kobe. I mean, I'll be here all day. But I just want to, because I guess at one point, I thought my videos were not reaching new people, but there are new people who watch my videos. I can tell by the comments that you guys leave that you guys are new here. So if you guys are new here, I recommend that if you already left the video, if you already clicked out of it, thank you for leaving. But if you decided to stay this long, look into my other work. Look into other channels. Look at the channels that I follow. Look at their videos. I don't have a problem promoting anybody from the community. Unlike a lot of people here. People that never bring up my name. But so look at other people's channels. Look at my other videos. And you're going to see like, damn, this guy is talking about the same numbers today. He was just talking about 44, 64 like a month ago. Oh, and something I'm glad I remembered. So not too long ago, there was a football player who also wore the number 44. Just so you know, just to drill in my point. Because it's always some doubters. What is this guy name? I cover so much things that it's impossible for me to remember everything that I covered. But it wasn't that long ago, so it was probably this year. So let's see. 44-year-old. Look at this story. 44-year-old actor Dustin Diamond is hospitalized with cancer. Cancer is 44, like chemo. Of course, Kill and Execution is 44. You guys remember this actor, right? He played in a sitcom, Saved by the Bell. Hopefully he gets saved by the bell this time. But, man, where is this guy? Look, he's right here. So, Denver Broncos running back Floyd Little, right? Just notice what number he wore. He wore the number 44 as a player. And just want to show you guys his cause of death. So, second paragraph. After nearly a year of confronting, even battling cancer, we don't need to read anything else. The guy was battling cancer. He wore the number 44, and of course, they got to put it in the article, the number 44 for Syracuse. He died from cancer. He wore the number 44. There he is, number 44. And he was a halfback. Cancer 44, chemo 44, the word kill 44. Hank Aaron, number 44, he died on the day of 44 numerology. Most famous for surpassing Babe Ruth, the guy that died on the 193rd day of his age, the 44th prime. So this is the book that I'm putting together, and those are the numbers that I talk about the most in this book. This is one of my better work. I've written a book in the past, not about gematria, because I learned about gematria about like 5 years ago. But when I was in college, I wrote a book, and I got like a B. My teacher gave me a B. Whatever. I don't think she liked me, but I had the best book in the class. I mean, I still have that book around. I guess the book is not about anything. It's about something. Has nothing to do with this work, but I'm gonna put it out there for free for you guys to read it. It definitely doesn't deserve a B. This book shouldn't. I'm gonna give this book to my teacher, see what she says. If she gives me a B, I'm just gonna block her from Facebook. But yeah, this is gonna be one of my best work. I was a great writer in school, and you guys are gonna be able to tell by reading the first chapters of this book. This is gonna cover all the celebrity, well, the majority of it, because it's a lot of people that died in 2020. But all the big name celebrities that died in 2020, they're gonna be in this book. I know a lot of you say that I should change the cover of this book, but I'm not gonna do that because that's what this book is about. This book is about ritual murders. If you can't get past the cover, you shouldn't be reading the book. I'm sorry. A lot of you wear a lot of satanic things and probably don't even know it. It's just that these brands, they know how to disguise the Baphomet. I mean, if this was a cartoon character, you guys wouldn't be too upset about it. But you can't expect to read a book about ritual murders. What you guys want me to put in the cover? Flowers? A nice teddy bear? This is what the book is about. People being ritualistically murdered for the Baphomet, for the devils, Lucifer himself. Another word that sums to 74. I think it sums to 38 as well. Let me just see something. Yeah, Lucifer is 38. That's what these people are killing these celebrities for. The people who worship Lucifer. So if you guys, unfortunately, if you guys don't like the cover of the book, then you guys don't have to read it. But I'm not gonna change it. You know, this book is, and somebody says, if you put out this book cover, they might think you're a shill. Let me tell you guys something, right? Nobody that teaches gematria, nobody that teaches gematria is a shill, because gematria is the purest form of truth there is. This is evidence. How you gonna call somebody a shield that's showing you evidence? That doesn't make any sense. You think guys, I don't even think a lot of you know what the word shield means. The word shield means to put out information to mislead. You guys think I'm putting out information to mislead people? Really? Showing you a pattern as you can verify on your own? You don't have to believe me that the date that Hank Aaron died was the day with 64 numerology and 44 numerology. You can verify that yourself. You're calling me a shield? Add up the date. January 22nd. What does it sum to? 64 and 44. A shield is someone that says, I think you guys should get vaccinated because, it's possible that the coronavirus does exist. It's possible. We can't take chances. That's what a shield is. Somebody that's trying to mislead you into your early deathbed. If you guys think that that's what I'm doing, then you shouldn't buy the book. You shouldn't purchase the book. You shouldn't read the book. It's all fine by me. It's for the people who want to learn more about what's really going on every single day. People who appreciate my work and want to support. That's what this book is for, If 3 people buy it, then I'm okay with that because at least those 3 people are valuable to me. If one person buys this book, I'm okay with it because I know that person who bought it is worth it. I don't want somebody, I'm not putting that book in my house. I believe in vibrations. Yeah, but what about those pair of Nikes that you have in your house? You don't think that Nike symbol has a vibration? What about all those porno movies that you guys used to have in your drawer? You guys don't think that has vibration? I know a lot of you who had porno DVDs back in the day. Let's be real. Don't act like saints now. I'm just saying. But just want to say rest in peace to Hank Aaron. My book is going to probably be released February 14th. I'm only halfway done with it. I'm working extra hard on it. I'm trying to finish it before the date, February 14th. And give you guys something to enjoy during the month of Black History Month. So thank you, everybody, for your support. Again, rest in peace to all these legends. Supposedly legends. I mean, the guy played rig sports, so not a legend in my book, but still want to say rest in peace because he's still, I'll guarantee you this man had a family, and a lot of people in his family probably don't even know what happened to him, so. Exactly. The swoosh is the Saturn symbol. You guys talk about vibrations. I mean, oh my God. You guys know what vibrations are. Well, if people want to get vaccinated, you can't force people to understand, to see. It's like, imagine going up to a blind person and forcing them to see something that they can't see. If they can't see it, it's their destiny to die at an early age. It's nothing you could do about it. Just know when that person passes away, don't feel that bad because at least you tried. That's all we can do. I had an uncle who died from coronavirus. And I told him I said, listen, you have the flu. Do not go to the hospital. He said, oh, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. He went to the hospital. They put that nice little ventilator on his mouth. He died 2 days after. I can't feel bad because I told him not to go. He still decided to go. Somebody asked me, do I wear a mask? Oh, Lord. Do I look like I wear a mask? Jesus Christ. But thanks everybody for joining us, and shout out to Shakozy. I see you, brother. Hope you got your channel back. My man Dan. Man, I haven't seen Dan in a minute. Dan, you stopped making videos? I don't see your videos pop up anymore. Man, what happened to Mike Hill? Mike Hill's not here today? Mike Hill is probably sleeping. Shout out to Mike Hill. I like Mike Hill. But yeah, so thanks everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Saturn day. And I'll see you guys later on today.